reporters from the New York Times thought this story. They loved this story. I'll tell you a little bit. My father was a good guy. He taught me how to negotiate a little bit, and he was a really good guy. Oh, by the way, this little Rubio guy said my father gave me $200 million. My sister called me up. She said, "No, Dad, are you kidding?" My brother called up. What the hell? I started off with $1 million and built a company that's worth over $10 billion. That's what I did. Man, I heard about the $200 million. I said, $200 million? He actually copied a false story from the New York Times. I have to tell you, the New York Times is one of the most dishonest media groups that I've ever seen. It is. One of the most dishonest. Now, here's the good news. It's losing its shirt. It's going to be out of business soon, although somebody's going to buy it as a vanity project. But the New York Times is so dishonest. They did a story recently that was highly inaccurate. They realized it was inaccurate. They agreed with me. I said, "Are you going to pull it?" "No." "Why? Why wouldn't you pull? If a story's inaccurate." And I said to the press, and they're giving me a little heat, because obviously they don't want this, they have to report accurately. And if they don't report accurately, we, all of us, should have the right to sue them, okay?
Yeah,
and you know what? This has nothing to do with freedom of the press, which I believe in totally. But when they don't report accurately, we should have the right to sue them and get them to report accurately and also damages. Because right now, we have libel laws that don't mean a thing. And I will tell you, and it's going to make it tougher, because they'll be tougher on me now. They are so dishonest, these reporters. They are the worst. They are, I'll tell you what, here, I'm running against people. I've dealt with politicians all my life. And watch, you'll leave here, you're not going to see this crowd. They're not going to show the crowd. You're going to leave here, and you'll say, you know, we had 32,000 people, 35 standing out there, which they just won't allow more than that. And you know what's going to happen? You're going to read the story tomorrow. It's going to say Donald Trump made a speech in front of a, okay crowd. They won't even say okay. But here's the story. When they write inaccurately, we have to have the right to hold them to what they write. And if it's inaccurate, we have the right to get damages. Right now, we get nothing. They are going to regret all of the bad stories they write so much. I will say this. I'm running against very dishonest people, all right? Little Marco Rubio. A total featherweight. He's not a lightweight. This guy, and honestly, I have to tell you, until Marco started going to town calling me a con man, I'm a con man. You know, when you build a great business, and you build a tremendous net worth, and you build Trump Tower, and you build all of these jobs I built. I have Turnberry now in Scotland. I have Doral Country Club, where you're going to have the big tournament next week in Miami. Hundreds and hundreds of acres. I have so many jobs, buildings all over. The Bank of America building, a big chunk in San Francisco, one of the great buildings of the world. 1290 Avenue of the Americas, among the largest floor plates in the country. Big, beautiful stuff. Built a city on the west side of Manhattan on the Hudson River from 72nd Street all the way down. And I say, I'm a con man. It was such an insulting thing. You don't call somebody of achievement. You don't do that. You don't call somebody of achievement when you've done nothing. This guy is a dishonest guy. He bought the house, he sold it to a lobbyist. He did so many things. Ask him about his driveway. You just don't do that stuff, folks. Besides that, he's not cool, he sweats too much, and I don't want him negotiating for us. Now, with that being said, we have Lion Ted Cruz. I have to be honest. These people that I'm dealing with are the worst people. Ted Cruz will get up and say things. I am totally against Obamacare. Anybody that's followed me from the time that thing was implemented, which should have never been allowed, frankly, by the Republicans. But Obama lied 28 different times. You can keep your doctor, you can keep your plan, all the stuff, and got just enough Democrats to get it done, right? And I'll tell you what, when Ted Cruz says Donald Trump likes Obamacare, and he knows it's a lie, when he says other things, I won't even go into it because it's disgusting. These people are really bad. Now, I've dealt with politicians all my life. Some are very good, but many are really dishonest. I don't think they're as bad as the press, I'll be honest with you. I think the press is probably worse. But we're going to straighten out our country. we're going to come up with solutions. When these guys, and you can ask the Disney folks, you can ask the people that came up who were just killed at Disney, killed, where they're being replaced, they have to change jobs, they have to train people. You heard the story. You know who's in charge of that? And the biggest proponent of doing that is little Marco Rubio, okay? I mean, this guy is bad news. But here's the story, folks. We're going to start making great deals for our country. We have a poor country. We are in trouble. We have $19 trillion in debt. It's going up to $21 trillion. We have people that don't have a clue. We have a budget that was just passed, which is a total disaster. You saw the budget, the omnibus. They call it the omnibus budget. Just passed. We are going to start having wonderful budgets. We're going to make this country so strong again. We're going to build up our military, which is so depleted. Our military is so depleted from mismanagement and misuse and going all over and not knowing what to do. And by listening to guys like Lindsey Graham drop bombs here, drop bombs on Assad, drop bombs on ISIS. Oh, but they're fighting each other, so maybe we shouldn't do that. How can you do this one if you're doing that one? That's why we're there for so long, folks. You got to do one thing at a time. We take out ISIS, number one. We take out ISIS. And you know, I got a lot of heat. Putin was very nice to me. He said, Donald Trump is a genius. All right, I'll take that, right? Hey, let me tell you, he's not getting anything for it, okay? He said, Donald Trump is a genius. And Donald Trump is going to be the great leader of the party. So he said that. I don't know if he meant it. Probably did, to be honest with you. He sees crowds like this. Why not? So these guys come up. These people come up. They say, we want Mr. Trump to disavow that statement. Why would I disavow? Guy calls you a genius. Is anybody going to disavow? We don't disavow. What's wrong with having Russia work with us instead of always fighting? What's wrong with having Russia drop bombs all the hell over ISIS? What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? So, I mean, we just have so many wrong things. So when this all started, June 16th, I came down. And a lot of the pundits said, oh, he's never going to run. Then I announced I'm running. Then they said he's never going to sign Form A. That's where you sign your life away. I mean, you think this is fun? I want to tell you, running for president takes guts. It takes guts. It's not easy. And my wife told me, it was very interesting, Melania. She said, you know, if you run, you love Melania? That's beautiful. She's great. She's great, and it's not easy for her either. I will tell you this. It is a tough thing. When we came down that escalator, and I said, let's go. I took a deep breath, and I made a speech, and I talked about illegal immigration, and all hell broke out. And you wouldn't even be talking about immigration and illegal immigration, which is a far bigger problem than anyone knew. Nobody knew how grave it was. I knew. Because I have friends that live in California, I have friends that live in Texas, I have friends that live all over the place, and I have friends also that have become addicted to drugs that flow through that border. We won New Hampshire. I was treated so well in the state of New Hampshire. Not only did I win it, but there are great people up there. And you go up to New Hampshire and you see the people, and their biggest problem, the first thing they always tell me about is they have a tremendous heroin problem. Tremendous. And it doesn't seem right because, you know, the beautiful trees and the beautiful, I mean, everything's beautiful. It's like a beautiful place. And it doesn't seem right. It's pouring through the southern border. We're going to stop drugs for New Hampshire. I made them a promise. I said, we're going to get this stuff ended. We're going to end it. So I went out and we brought this. The big thing is you got to go out on Tuesday. You got to vote, folks. You got to vote. You got to vote. You gotta vote or the movement ends. Our movement, look at that. Look at that. Oh, I love that. Look at that amount of people. Boy, I wish you could have gotten a better location. Look at that. I wish the cameras would just focus once in that area. It's so unbelievable. It's so crazy. And I wish they'd focus in that area where we have 4,000 people standing. But they won't let in. That's so sad. I don't know. I would have let them in. I mean, why is there a fire hazard when you're standing outside? Why? In all fairness. I'm sure I'd like the fire. I have this problem, you know? I work very hard. My best friends have become fire marshals because every time I go to a place, we need the help of the fire marshals. But usually it's on the inside of a building. And even there, I say, do me a favor, let the people come in because they have to go. You got thousands of people standing out there. How the hell can you have a problem? We're outside. There's no building. We're outside. Let them in, Mr. Fire Marshal, whoever the hell you are. Let them come in. Let them come in. Come on. I don't get it. I don't get it. You know, we have to be. See, that's right. We need common sense in the world, right? We need common sense. You know, if we're on the inside of a building, I say, okay, could you let something in at least? Because we send away thousands of people. I hate it. I hate it. I've gone back to areas just to take care of the people that we sent in. But when you're in a building like, when you're in a thing like this, it's ridiculous. Okay, so here's what I'm doing. I'm the President of the United States. Now, if one of these other guys heard about it, like Rubio or like Cruz, number one, they don't care, you're right. Number two, they're taken care of, and a lobbyist will see them and say, you can't do that. The lobbyist represents, and he's this, and they gave you money. Okay, so nothing's going to happen. But me, I'm not asking. I have turned down so much money. I feel so damn foolish. I tell people, my whole life is about money accumulation. I tell people, I'm sort of greedy. It's like money. That's what I do, money. I care. Now, I tell people, I have a friend who's a great guy. From Las Vegas, a very, very powerful guy, very big guy. Phil Ruffin, very rich guy. He wants to give me $10 million. Another one wants to give me $5 million. I have guys who want to give me 20. They'll give me anything I want. I would have the greatest fund ever assembled by mankind, okay? And I keep saying no. And Phil comes over and says, Donald, sees me a month later. When can I give it? No, I don't want it. And I sort of feel foolish. I've never done that before. I feel like, what am I doing? I keep turning down. And I don't even know if people appreciate it. I'm not sure that they appreciate it.
Yeah, we do!
I have a man who's a member of the Mar-a-Lago Club. I'd like you to. I actually love you. I love everybody here. I tell you. Every poll says that Donald Trump has by far the most loyal people. I shouldn't say this, but they say, I could do anything and they still love me. And you know what? You can do anything and I'm still going to love you too, believe me. So I have a number of all of them. Carl Icahn just endorsed me, a great business leader.
Yeah.
I have others endorsing me all the time. By the way, I hate to say it, I'm becoming mainstream. All these people are now endorsing me. I'll tell you. But I do love, let me tell you, when I get Jeff Sessions, that means a lot to me. That means a lot. That's a biggie. Especially since he's never done it before. He's never, ever wanted to do it, but he sees this. So I would say to Carrier, look, I want to do it myself. I know it's not presidential. These characters in the back, they're going to say, Donald Trump would call up as the president, Carrier. You know what? I'll do it. I'll do it quietly. I'll say here. They'll say, oh, the President of the United States is on the phone, right? And I'll say, listen, Mr. So-and-so, here's the story. I hope you enjoy your plant. I know it's going to be beautiful. I love the fact that you're going to put a lot of Mexicans to work. I think it's a wonderful thing. But, you know, you hurt a lot of people in the United States, and you're closing up plants, and it's costing us a lot of money, and I know you're going to sell those air conditioners back in the United States. So here's the deal. Here's the deal. And enjoy it. You're going to make air conditioners in Mexico. Every single time you sell an air conditioner in the United States, you're going to pay a 35% tax. Every single time. And by the way, I hate to tell you this, I would say the exact same thing to Ford, and I would say the exact same thing to Nabisco, and I'd say the same thing to every damn company that wants to leave our country. And again, folks, I'm a free trader, but we can't have it. We can't have it. We're losing our country. We're losing our business. You know, Caterpillar Tractor, take a look at what's happening with them. Komatsu, Japan cuts their currency, cuts the hell out of the yen, right? They devalue their currency. It's like they're masters at it. China's the all-time great chess master with what to do.